that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah. So for starters, I like to say Godzilla's atomic breath. Let's start with that first of all. Godzilla has two types, or pretty much multiple types of this version. This version of, well, let's see what I want to start with. Let's start with the basic atomic breath, okay? So the basic atomic breath, which was used in Marvel Comics, was able to stagger characters like Thor, knock out Iron Man, and even Vision. And even Thor struggled with Godzilla's breath. I mean, the dude couldn't barely even take his roar. Now, granted, these characters do have durability on universal to even multiversal scales, with Thor being able to take a blast from the Phoenix and the Celestials. And by Phoenix, I mean the actual representative of the Phoenix Force itself, which would be a multiversal being with or without a host. And well, with other beings, you have Starbrand, who Thor was also able to take a blast from. Starbrand is able to kill pre-retcon Beyonders. That's what I call them.
Wait. No, they're not.
Aren't they called Beyonders?
They're not pre-retconned.
Not pre-retcon?
No, pre-retcon's just one.
Okay. I see what you mean. Okay, so the Beyonders, right? Starbrand was able to kill the Beyonders, who basically gave the Living Tribunal a problem. And pretty much they were able to kill him in 3 different timelines, or 3 different universes, however the God Emperor Doom comic states it. Long story short, they were able to kill the Beyonders. So Thor can take a blast from this guy and not go down. Granted, he was damaged from the attack, yet he didn't go down. Godzilla's atomic breath, at its basic level, was able to at least stagger and knock back Thor. Now, Iron Man, well, Iron Man's a bit all over the place with his armors. His armors can take on Celestials, can pop the Phoenix Force, and they've been able to take hits from characters like Sentry, who's pretty much broken in terms of power level. I mean, the guy is really ridiculous. I mean, look at him in comics now. The dude can just brush off anything, right? Then he was able to take hits from a pissed off Thor in his Extremis armor. And this was a Thor who wasn't holding back. So with Godzilla being able to knock him out...
Well, he was holding back.
Yeah, I mean, I
guess he told Iron Man, I need you to deliver a message for me. Obviously, he has to hold back.
So he doesn't kill Tony, but it was still it's not Warrior Madison, but it's still a...
He backhand. All he did was backhand him.
Nah, he pretty much hit that dude with a lot of shit. I'm not even kidding. He hit him with like a lot of stuff, man. I'm not kidding. He hit him with his hammer. Then
you're talking about post-Civil War, right?
Yeah, like post-Civil War. I mean...
No, he beat his ass, but it wasn't like anything crazy he was doing. He just beat his ass, that's all.
Yeah, I know. He beat his ass. I mean, that's not something Thor really does against someone like Iron Man. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he does, because at that moment, Iron Man had betrayed all of Thor's friends, and when he came back, Iron Man was like the biggest piece of crap he had seen, and he was disrespected by Iron Man when Iron Man thought he scaled to Thor. So he literally didn't scale to Thor at all.
I mean, I think that really depends on the armor. Because Bleeding Edge armor has traded blows with Taurus, who's knocked out Thor in 3 punches. Granted, Thor was surprised, but with Thor's durability level...
Well, the issue with the Iron Man you're referring to for Godzilla doesn't scale to even the one that got bopped by Thor.
Right. That's what is confusing. That's what I mean. Iron Man is confusing with his armors. One minute he has probably like one of the best armors on. Next thing you know, he doesn't. I usually just stick with the color scheme, which is usually a red and golden color. So like the max I really go up to is like bleeding edge. Because Iron Man's armors usually they change
but that doesn't,
from time to time.
that doesn't help to scale Godzilla though. All you're saying is he's an inconsistent character. So,
yeah, I know, dude, which is why I'm about to go to Vision right now. So Vision is definitely a pretty consistent character for his level. I mean, Vision when his first appearance, right, was able to match, let's see, he fought a lot of characters, so give me a minute. I got this all. Okay, so I'm going to start with Wonder Man, right? Okay, so Wonder Man is a character, is a being of pure ionic energy. Wonder Man has been able to knock Namor out with a punch. Namor scales to at least base Hulk and has traded blows with the Hulk consistently, traded blows with Hercules consistently, and we should all know by now Marvel Hercules is able to lift the heavens. But if you want to refer to striking power, the dude can seal a wormhole in reality with a blow. So with Vision being able to take hits from the guy, I mean the dude, Wonder Man hurt his hand just by punching Vision. Vision has also been able to pretty much, I say via his abilities, stand pretty close not pretty close, no, not that way. He's been able to give characters like Hulk, even the Immortal Hulk, a run for his money. In this Immortal Hulk, I'm referring to the Immortal Hulk before his, his big current amp, before his cosmic, boost and whatever. Like, you understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the Immortal Hulk was able to literally throw off like Hercules and Jane Foster. Thor, who has gone toe-to-toe with Gladiator. Now, Gladiator is a very powerful character in Marvel. Gladiator is able to, let's see, what's one of his best feats? His best feat, in my opinion, was when he made Galactus Prime bleed with a punch. Now, Galactus Prime is a Galactus that is no longer hungry. The dude was consuming everything just because he can. He even states that he's no longer bound by his hunger. And Galactus Prime was killing, let's see, I forgot who the Demon Lord was, but I remember he was one of Dormammu. No, it wasn't Dormammu. It was one of Dormammu's servants at the time.
So are you saying Galactus or Godzilla is multiversal? Is that what you're saying?
At his highest, yes.
Okay, I can just let you be multiversal. That's fine.
At his highest, yes. And let me finish my Marvel section if you don't mind.
But I mean, I accept your claim. Like, you don't have to continue.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of that, yeah.
All right.
Multiversal at the highest.
Okay, so I can scale Lobo beyond that. Lobo scales to Etrigan, who can deal with the demons in hell, and these demons are stated to be able to easily tear apart angels themselves. He was not afraid of Phantom Stranger at all, and in this realm Etrigan was in, he was traveling beyond infinite realities. Let me get you that. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. It is described as, where is, alright, so a couple of these to explain the scaling.
Mm-hmm.
It is, I believe, described as beyond an infinite plasm of hell, even beyond that, which is beyond the multiverse. There is the destination that he traveled through, which would be irrelevant speed because it is going beyond dimensionality itself, which means Lobo would be blitzing Godzilla pretty bad. But anyways, Etrigan's not afraid of the presence, the power of the presence, or even Unbound Spectre. He laughed at it in the first scan I posted. This is relevant because Lobo easily scales to Etrigan every time they fought. In
Right, that's
fact,
true.
Lobo put down the demon that beat Etrigan. So, yeah. So, I mean, he would blitz a shot Godzilla just off that
No,
scaling.
nah, not really. Because here's the thing, though. Lobo, you said which one? You said Etrigan's able to travel through dimensions, right?
No, I said he's able to defeat beings and tear them apart that transcend dimensionality.
Right. Godzilla actually has a couple monsters that actually are able to do that.
They're beyond dimensions themselves.
Beyond the concept of dimensions, yes.
Can you show me that?
Sure, where is... So we have, let's see... Mothra, trying to get this scan. So, one of the few monsters we have is, let's see, Planet Eater. You know, so right out the get-go, please don't be a jerk.
Just post it in Leaky Bathtub.
Leaky bathtub?
Yeah.
Got you. Got you, Splash. Sure. Ah, here you are. Leaky bathtub. Leaky bathtub, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Monsters from different dimensions. Out of our own extra dimensional entities. We have one. And then we have 2. Is that? No, that's the wrong one. Okay.
Wait, being from another dimension doesn't make you outside of dimension.
No, sorry, that was my wrong one. Wrong link. Here we go. Higher dimensions. You see, in Godzilla, there are at least let's see, how do I describe it? I could say multiple dimensions, but the real reason is these are incomprehensible dimensions that these monsters actually come from. You see, the highest dimensions, let's see, the highest dimensional plane.
Wait, that still doesn't get anywhere close.
Let's see. So yeah, because Ghidorah is stated to be the last incarnation of Ghidorah, mind you, is stated to be a being from a higher dimensional plane, incomprehensible except through, I guess, normal, some type of conventional means through space and time.
Yeah, so that would only be like, if you're using string theory or whatever, like 11th dimensional. That's nothing. That's complex multiversal.
Complex multiversal?
Yeah, so that's not even, my Lobo's on multiple tiers above that in attack potency.
So what would be the highest, highest dimension from DC?
Well, there's infinite dimensions within dimensionality, then they're transcended by places like the God Sphere, and then there's multiple transcendences beyond that.
Hold on, let me take this call real quick, Splash. Hello? Hey. Alright, here I come.
Let's mute him.
He's muted.
During this brief intermission, if you like the content, you can comment and subscribe. Be sure to share with your friends. And make sure if you want to disagree with anything Splash says or anything happening in this debate, you can join the Discord server that will be linked in the description to this video.
Why he actually sound like a bot?
That's because GB is a bot.
Alright, let me unmute. Can someone unmute him? I'm driving.
I got it.
I got him now. Yo.
Alright, sorry about that. Was getting my money. So, where was I?
Oh no, that's really loud in the background now.
Sorry about that. So, where was I?
You're asking me about, I explained dimensionality to you.
Well, so infinite realities.
Infinite dimensions, and then there's multiple transcendences beyond that in DC.
Okay. Okay, so that would actually be the same for Godzilla in his lore as well. Because you see, Marvel has their own variation or their own iteration of Godzilla, which will be their own reality inside the Toho respective universe, which would also be a part of the IDW universe, followed by the Dark Horse, the Grimm fairy tale series, followed by the Multiverse. Each one would actually be their own interpretation of Godzilla, just like DC actually has their own interpretations of Superman in pretty much every incarnation. So you would have post-crisis, pre-crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and so on and so forth. Just like the DC multiverse is literally like a fraction. Well, I'm sorry. Each reality would probably be like a fraction of its original. What was it? Its original counterpart, would it be not? So the same would be said for Godzilla.
All right. Well, if you're saying God, so you're saying Godzilla would be within the confines of like DC multiverse dimensionality. I'm saying Lobo has feats that put him beyond that.
No, not in like DC's multiverse reality, like in his, like you get what I'm saying. Yeah, you kind of get what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm saying Lobo still transcends whatever Godzilla is you're presenting.
So how would he transcend that?
By the scans I posted, that these beings transcend beyond infinite plasms of the verse, of the multiverse.
So just because Etrigan can what?
Contend with beings like, yeah, like the source doesn't bother him and he can destroy demons, and they do destroy demons that can tear apart the angels, which transcend the multiverses.
Okay, so that would be the same for Godzilla, who's eaten both angels and demons.
No, because those don't scale the same.
Actually, they kind of do. Because here's the thing about angels in the actual lore, in actual Bible lore. Michael the Archangel was able to pretty much fight off Lucifer's army. You see, we all have our own demons. Each one is basically like the same demons that, I guess you could relate them to the 7 deadly sins. We have gluttony, greed, pride, yada yada. Those would actually count as demons. You also have other demons like the Destroyer, who is meant to destroy things pretty much on the spiritual level. It attacks people on the spiritual plane. Angels defend the spiritual plane. Godzilla, being in heaven, was able to absolutely pretty much slap Michael. And then he proceeded to